today we are attempting to water bath can. I say attempting because I have never canned anything before, ever, in my entire life. But yeah, this is not like a how-to video. It's more of a, is something gonna explode? Find out. We are going to water bath can some carrots. We went to a market yesterday and they had some nice storage carrots. I have already peeled them, chopped them, washed them into nice little slivers. And we currently have the like ultimate snowstorm happening. It does not look as bad as it is on camera. So the first order of business, I have my stock pot that I'm gonna be using for the water bath, but I don't have a trivet that is needed for water bath canning. So I did some Googling and I found people are using old canning rings. So I have a bunch of old ones here and they're tying them together and then you can place the cans on the openings and it holds the cans up, and using that as a trivet, because with water bath canning you want the entire jar to be like encapsulated with the boiling water, the water that is at temp, surrounding it completely. So we are going to make one, and I'm just gonna tie these rings together. So now that we've made our trivet, it is going to sit in the bottom of this pot. And I'm going to fill the pot. I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna put it on the stove and let it start to come to a boil because it's gonna take a little bit of time. I have 5 out of 7 jars that I'm prepping, just in case, are in this pan that I'm going to put like an inch or 2 of water in. And then I'm gonna put it in the oven at 250 degrees. I'm gonna put it in the oven at 250 degrees for about 10 minutes to warm the jars up so that they don't shatter when they go in the boiling water. So now in a normal pot, I'm gonna take all of my rings and lids, cover them with water, and then just let them come to just a boil, and then take them off just to sanitize them and make sure that they're have the best chance of sealing. So while we wait for everything else to come to a boil and do its thing, we're gonna start with the brine. This brine is 4 cups of water, oven is to temp. 4 cups of water, 4 cups of vinegar, half a cup of pickling salt or sea salt. I got coarse sea salt for canning and pickling, so I figured it covered all my bases. So I need 1 filled measuring cup of water and 1 filled measuring cup of vinegar for this. Okay, and then we have the brine on the oven on high till it comes to a boil, and that boil will allow the salt that we put in there to dissolve into it. While we're waiting for that all to come to a boil, I wanted to quickly show you guys. I have my first loofah just starting to peek through the soil. And then back here, I have a little cauliflower. They're my first seeds sprouting. And I'm so happy. It's getting really close. So I think I'm gonna start. I might regret that, but who knows. So I'm gonna put clove of garlic in the bottom. And then I'm gonna fill the jar. And then I'm gonna stuff another piece of garlic on top and a little bit of dill. Just like that. Why not? And then I'm gonna cover it with some brine. And then fingertip tight. There we go. Garlic. I'm gonna put dill at the bottom of this one and see. And then fill it with carrots. Fingertip tight. And we're gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes on the clock. That was stressful. Where I'm at, I'm processing for 10 minutes. If you're over 3,000 feet of altitude, then you have to double it. So I would just do some research on where your altitude is at. But for me, I'm gonna be doing 10 minutes. And then those extra carrots that did not fit in the jars, I forgot I was gonna use this skinny tall jar, so I'm just gonna do this and just put them in the fridge and we'll eat them really quick. While that 10-minute timer is going, I'm just gonna do a quick tidy up because that was something else. Okay, something that I just thought of trying because I love dill. Dill is one of my favorite herbs ever, but also when you buy it from the grocery store, I want to try growing it this year. You have to buy these huge bundles of it. So I was like, well, I'm never gonna use all of this dill, but I hate like wasting it. And then I remembered a little while ago, the grocery store had some mint leaves on clearance, and so I got them because I was like, mint tea. And we have these little hooks that I'll show you above our stove. My fiance tied them for me and we hung them from there, and then twice a day or whatever it was, we just sort of rotated them so they weren't just, the one side wasn't sitting against the wall the whole time. And it dried them perfectly fine. So I thought of doing the same thing with the dill and see if it works. Now, we're gonna remove them. I'm scared. Two. Windy as heck out there. Why is it amazing at me? So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jars of carrots. This one's already sealed. It says to leave them overnight on the counter though to see if they seal. This one made like a hissing noise, and so did this one, and I don't know what that means. I can't. Listen, I got one pop already. If that is the only one that pops and seals properly, I'm still counting that as a win. I got a seal. That's all that matters. Oh, I'm so excited. This one's sealed already. Woo! Another one sealed. I'm going to clean up this mess. Clean all this up. Oh, this is the dill. So We have 4 hooks. I split it into 3 and we're gonna see, and then we'll just like rotate them here every day, every other day until they're dried. It worked with, like I said, the mint leaves, the bunches of mint leaves that I got at the grocery store. So we'll see. But this is my carrot. This one, oh! This one, and I think this one have sealed. 3 out of 5. So before I start cleaning up, I'm gonna start making some butter. Because it is so simple and easy. You just put it on, walk away. And you don't need any skill to do it. So there's different ways of doing it. You can shake it in a mason jar. My favorite way, which is the laziest way. My mixer with the whisk attachment, bowl on. I have like half of, you want some whipping cream, 35% or higher, nothing lower. And I'm going to, this was like half full because we used it for some baking. I'm gonna turn it on after because this mixer is really loud. I'm gonna turn it on to like between a 4 and a 6, depending on how fast you want it whipped up. If you have all day, you can put it slower. It'll eventually get there. I never do like past a 6 though, because once it turns into butter, you get buttermilk, which is the liquid left over from making butter, and it splashes everywhere. It makes such a big mess if you don't catch it on time, which is why I also have this. It's a Christmas towel, but it is a huge tea towel, nice and thin. I'll turn this on, I'll throw this over top of it, because that way if I don't make it here before the butter turns into butter and starts spraying the buttermilk everywhere, I can at least, it contains the spray a little bit. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go clean, and we have 4 to 5 jars now sealed, and I will let you know if the 5th one seals. Our butter, and as you can see, there's the butter and then there's the liquid around it that is the buttermilk. So the next step with making butter is separating into 2 different bowls. If you want to keep the buttermilk for baking or using for something else, then you can keep it or just throw it away. And then we gotta rinse the butter. So you're gonna run it under cold water and sort of squeeze it and melt, like squeeze it. So what I'm gonna do is take a handful of the butter from the buttermilk, and I'm gonna squeeze what I can out of it over the buttermilk bowl, and then I'm gonna put it in the cold water. And when you squeeze it, liquid is gonna start coming out of it, or keep coming out of it, I should say. So butter, because I know you want to know. I can confirm all 5 jars popped, all of them sealed. So I'm just gonna let these continue to cool down because they're still quite warm, and then I'm gonna put them in the pantry, and they'll be ready to eat in like a week or 2, pickle taste wise. But yeah, figured any time to learn how to can is now. when it doesn't really matter if it turns out or not. I'd hate to start doing this in the middle of like canning season in the summer and not have a single clue how to do it when I could be doing it right now and learning and figuring out all of the things. So let me know if there's something that like needs practice with canning that I should be practicing right now to prepare for canning season. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Sorry this video was late. Probably gonna be late. We have a huge storm right now, and so we've just been focusing on getting everything ready for it. Because the highways are closed now. So we ain't getting into town and no one's getting out here to us. So, yes. Let me know. I will see you next Sunday. I apologize for being late.